You want to change your life. Then stop chasing everyone else's approval and start turning your attention inward. Focus on yourself, because everything, your success, your relationships, your peace, your power, it's all energy. Let me tell you something powerful. Wherever your focus goes, your energy flows. Most people live their lives scattering that energy in 1,000 directions. They spend their days trying to fix others, impress others, please others, compare themselves to others. And then they wonder why they're exhausted, frustrated, and empty. You were not designed to live on scraps of your own energy. You were created to live fully charged, fully alive, vibrating at a higher level. But that can only happen when you redirect that energy back to its source, you. When you start focusing on yourself, everything begins to shift. Your standards rise, your clarity sharpens. You stop settling for things that drain you. You start attracting opportunities that match your frequency. That's not magic, it's physics. Energy attracts energy. The vibration you hold becomes the life you live. Let's be real, we live in a world of distractions. Every scroll, every notification, every opinion is a demand for your attention. And attention is energy. The question is, who's controlling yours? Are you giving your energy to things that feed your soul or to things that feed your stress? When you learn to pull that energy back, when you decide to focus on what you can control, your growth, your mindset, your habits, your purpose, you begin to create momentum. You stop reacting to life and you start designing it. Maybe you've been in a season where you've given everything to others. You've been there for everyone. You've tried to lift everyone. But at some point, you look in the mirror and realize you're running on fumes. And that's when you need to make a choice. The choice to refuel, to recharge, to realign. It's not selfish to focus on yourself. It's sacred, because you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't light the world if your flame is dying. Energy doesn't lie. You can fake smiles, you can fake confidence, but you can't fake energy. People feel it. Life responds to it. The moment you raise your vibration, through gratitude, through discipline, through self-belief, doors open that you didn't even know existed. You want love, become love. You want peace, be peace. You want success, embody success. Because the energy you put out is exactly what you will attract back. But here's the truth. Most people don't want to hear focusing on yourself requires courage. It means saying no when you used to say yes. It means walking away from chaos even when it's familiar. It means trusting that your energy is too valuable to waste on what doesn't serve your growth. The moment you start protecting your energy, your world begins to transform. People will notice the difference. Some will be inspired by your glow. Others might be triggered by it. And that's okay, because you're no longer trying to be understood. You're trying to evolve. There's a power that awakens in you when you stop waiting for permission to prioritize yourself. When you start showing up every day with the intention to grow, to master your emotions, to upgrade your mindset, to radiate strength, you become unstoppable. Every thought you think, every emotion you hold, every action you take, it all carries energy, and that energy builds momentum. When you're intentional about it, you become magnetic. Your presence changes rooms. Your confidence becomes contagious. Your focus becomes your force. So today I'm challenging you. Stop leaking your power. Stop letting distractions, drama, and doubt drain you. Pull your energy back. Focus on yourself. Raise your vibration. Move with purpose. Speak with conviction. Live with passion. Because everything you want, your next level, your peace, your joy, your abundance, it's already waiting for you. But it can only meet you at the level of your energy. Focus on yourself, because everything is energy. And when you master your energy, you master your life. Where focus goes, energy flows. That single truth can redefine your entire life if you allow it to sink in. Everything you experience, every emotion, every outcome, it all begins with your focus. Most people don't realize how powerful it is. They wake up and immediately hand their energy away to worries, to social media, to other people's opinions. They scatter their attention across 1,000 unimportant things, and then they wonder why they feel drained, lost, and unfulfilled. Your focus is the steering wheel of your life, and wherever you turn it, your energy, your emotion, your actions, they all follow. When you focus on problems, you create more of them. When you focus on possibility, you begin to see doors that were invisible before. It's not that the opportunities weren't there, they were, but your energy was pointed somewhere else. The mind is a powerful amplifier. It doesn't discriminate between good or bad, it just expands what you feed it. If you focus on fear, you'll feel more fear. If you focus on gratitude, you'll feel more abundance. Life reflects the direction of your attention. This is why people can be in the same situation and experience completely different realities. One person sees chaos, another sees a challenge, and another sees an opportunity to grow. The only difference is where they place their focus. Energy flows to the dominant thought. The universe, life, energy. whatever you call it, responds to that vibration. So if you're constantly focused on what's missing, on what's wrong, on who hurt you, your energy aligns with lack. But the moment you shift your focus toward what's possible, what's working, what you can control, your whole vibration changes. You start to pull in different results because your energy is aligned with creation instead of reaction. Most people think they need more time, more resources, more support. What they really need is more focus, because focus is power. When you lock in on something, when you cut out the noise, your energy condenses. It becomes stronger, sharper, unstoppable. The reason most people never see their dreams manifest isn't because they're incapable. It's because their energy is diluted. They start something, then they stop. They get excited, then distracted. They focus for a moment, then let their attention drift to what others are doing. You can't grow a seed you keep digging up. You can't build momentum if you're constantly restarting. The secret is sustained focus. Choosing day after day to pour your energy into what you want to expand. Think about a laser beam. It's just concentrated light, but that focus gives it power strong enough to cut through steel. That's what your mind can do when your focus is aligned. But the moment you scatter it, you lose strength. Your potential is enormous, but your results will always reflect the quality of your focus. You've got to train your mind the same way an athlete trains their body. Discipline your focus. Guard it fiercely. Because every time you dwell on what you don't want, you're watering the weeds instead of the flowers. And then you wonder why your garden feels chaotic. The truth is your focus creates your emotional state, and your emotional state drives your decisions. Every decision you make is a reflection of where your energy is directed. You want to change your life? Start by changing your focus. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of focusing on who left, focus on who's still standing beside you. Instead of replaying failures, focus on what they taught you. The moment you shift your questions, your energy begins to rise. You start seeing opportunities instead of obstacles. And when your energy rises, your results follow. Because the world mirrors the energy you give it. If you walk into life focusing on fear, you attract more things to fear. If you walk in focusing on gratitude and strength, you attract more reasons to feel grateful and strong. That's the law of energy. It amplifies what you give it. Every successful person you've ever admired has mastered this principle. They've learned to harness focus like a weapon. While everyone else is distracted by noise, they're channeling their energy into what matters. They're building, refining, and creating momentum. That's why they seem unstoppable. It's not luck, it's focus. And the best part, you have that same power. It's not something special for a chosen few. It's available to anyone who's willing to control where their energy goes. The challenge is most people don't even realize how often they leak their focus. Complaining, gossiping, comparing, doubting, all of that is energy leakage. Every time you do it, you're feeding what you don't want. You're giving away your power. You have to become aware of it, and awareness is everything. Once you notice where your focus has been going, you can reclaim it. Start by paying attention to your thoughts. What are you focusing on the most each day? Are you thinking about what you want or what you fear? Are you imagining success or replaying pain? Because whatever occupies your mind becomes your reality. You can't create a high energy life with low energy thoughts. You can't manifest abundance if your focus is rooted in scarcity. So practice shifting. Catch yourself when you spiral into negativity and redirect your attention to something empowering. It's a muscle. It takes repetition. But every time you do it, your energy strengthens. Eventually, focus becomes your superpower. You start to see through the noise. You begin to feel grounded even in chaos. You move through life with clarity and purpose because your energy is centered, not scattered. And understand this. Focusing on yourself doesn't mean isolating yourself. It means becoming aware of where your power lies. It means taking full responsibility for where your energy is flowing. It means realizing that your external results are just a reflection of your internal focus. When you operate from that truth, you stop blaming circumstances. You stop waiting for motivation. You stop depending on others to validate your worth. You begin to take control. Because if you can control your focus, you can control your energy. And if you can control your energy, you can create anything. The world will always try to pull you in 1,000 directions. There will always be noise, opinions, and distractions fighting for your attention. But the people who rise, who build, who thrive, they're the ones who choose focus over chaos. They decide where their energy goes. And in doing so, they shape their destiny. Focus is not a skill you master once. It's a lifestyle you commit to daily. It's choosing to direct your energy toward growth, peace, and purpose, even when the world tempts you to scatter it. Because where focus goes, energy flows, and where your energy flows, That's what your life becomes. Protect your energy from distractions and negativity, because your energy is your life force. It's your power source. It's the invisible currency that fuels everything you do. The reason so many people feel stuck, burn out, and overwhelmed isn't because they lack talent or opportunity. It's because they're constantly leaking energy into places that don't deserve it. Every complaint, every argument, every moment spent worrying about things outside your control drains you. You wake up with a full battery, but by noon you're empty because you've allowed the world to pull at you from every direction. Protecting your energy is not a luxury, it's survival. It's how you sustain your focus, your peace, and your growth in a world designed to distract you. Every day you're surrounded by noise, people, opinions, social media, problems, drama, and every one of those things is competing for a piece of your attention. And attention is energy. When you allow distractions to win, you give away your power in small, invisible pieces until you wake up one day feeling disconnected from your purpose. Protecting your energy means becoming ruthless about what you allow to enter your mind, your space, and your heart. It means realizing that not everyone deserves access to you. Just because someone demands your time or your reaction doesn't mean you have to give it. You have to set boundaries that guard your peace, because if you don't, the world will keep taking until you have nothing left to give. And negativity is like a virus. It spreads through words, attitudes, and emotions. You can catch it without even realizing it. Spend enough time around people who complain, and you'll start to find something to complain about. Surround yourself with people who doubt everything, and you'll begin to doubt yourself. Energy is contagious, whether it's positive or negative, and if you're not intentional about who you spend time with, you'll absorb whatever energy they carry. Protecting your energy means being selective about your environment. It's not about judging others, it's about preserving your inner state. You can't elevate your life if you're surrounded by chaos. You can't grow if your mind is filled with noise. Your energy needs space to expand, clarity to breathe, and peace to flow freely. You have to understand that not every battle deserves your response. The moment you react to every negative comment, every provocation, every bit of drama, you lose power. Silence is not weakness, it's energy conservation. Sometimes the strongest move is no reaction at all. You protect your energy by choosing your battles wisely, by realizing that peace is more valuable than proving a point. You can't fight every fight and still expect to win the war within yourself. Learn to walk away from what disturbs your soul. Not everything deserves your time, and not everyone deserves a seat at your table. The more you value your energy, the less you'll tolerate anything that disrupts it. Protecting your energy also means managing what you feed your mind. Every image you see, every word you read, every conversation you engage in shapes your emotional vibration. If you constantly consume negativity, fear, and drama, that's the energy you'll project. If you fill your mind with positivity, growth, and purpose, that's the energy you'll radiate. Your input determines your output. You can't live a high energy life with low energy consumption. Be mindful of what you watch, who you follow, and what you listen to. The digital world can either empower you or drain you. It depends on how you use it. So feed your soul with content that inspires, with people who uplift, with experiences that renew your strength. Sometimes protecting your energy means standing alone. It means realizing that solitude isn't loneliness, it's power. When you take time to be alone, you recharge. You reconnect with yourself. You hear your own thoughts instead of being drowned by the noise of the world. It's in solitude that clarity is born, that self-awareness deepens, that your energy realigns. Too many people fear being alone because they've never learned how to sit with themselves. But the truth is, when you start valuing your own company, you stop seeking validation from others. You start making decisions from strength instead of fear. Protecting your energy means honoring that time alone as sacred. It's where you recalibrate and come back stronger. Energy management isn't just emotional, it's physical too. What you eat, how you move, how you rest, all of it affects your vibration. You can't expect high performance from low maintenance. If you neglect your body, your energy will reflect it. Protecting your energy means respecting your body as the vessel that carries your power. Sleep, hydration, movement, nature. These aren't luxuries, they're necessities. Every choice you make either replenishes or drains your energy. So make choices that align with vitality. Your body speaks the language of energy. Listen to it. And then there's emotional protection. You can't carry everyone's pain and expect to stay strong. Empathy is beautiful, but without boundaries, it becomes self-destruction. You can care deeply without absorbing someone else's chaos. You can love people and still say no. Protecting your energy means understanding that your peace is not negotiable. You can't heal others by breaking yourself. You help people more effectively when you operate from overflow, not depletion. You owe it to yourself and to the people who depend on you to guard your emotional health with everything you've got. There will be people who don't understand why you're becoming distant, why you're saying no more often, why you're choosing silence over arguments. That's fine. You're not responsible for explaining your energy protection to anyone. Your peace is not up for debate. When you start protecting your energy, you might lose a few people, but you'll find yourself. You'll notice how much lighter you feel, how much more creative you become, how much clearer your thoughts are. Because when your energy is clean, your vision sharpens, you see life from a higher perspective, you stop operating out of reaction and start moving with intention. Protecting your energy also means healing your inner patterns. Sometimes the biggest energy leaks come from within. Self-doubt, overthinking, guilt, fear of rejection. You can't protect your energy from the outside if you're at war with yourself on the inside. You've got to learn to release what no longer serves you. Let go of grudges, forgive yourself, and stop replaying past mistakes. Every time you relive pain, you reopen the wound and drain your own energy. Forgiveness isn't about others. It's about freeing your energy to move forward. The more you heal internally, the less you'll be shaken externally. Protecting your energy is the foundation of living in alignment. Because when your energy is strong, you make better decisions. You attract better people. You create better outcomes. Life responds differently to someone who values their peace. You can feel it, the calm confidence, the grounded presence, the quiet power that comes from someone who knows their worth and refuses to waste energy on what doesn't matter. That's the state you reach when you finally understand that your energy is your most valuable resource. It's not something to be spent recklessly. It's something to be invested wisely. Every thought, every emotion, every interaction is an energetic transaction. Protect it like your life depends on it, because it does. Focusing on yourself isn't selfish. It's essential for growth. Somewhere along the way, society taught us that self-focus equals selfishness, that taking time for ourselves means we don't care about others, that setting boundaries is cold or distant. But the truth is, the opposite is real. You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot lead, love, or create from an empty source. When you neglect yourself for too long, your energy runs dry, your confidence fades, your direction blurs, and you start living for everyone else's approval instead of your own evolution. Focusing on yourself is not about ignoring people. It's about becoming whole enough to give from a place of strength instead of exhaustion. Growth begins the moment you stop outsourcing your happiness to other people. Too many people build their lives around external validation. They think if someone loves them, they'll feel complete. If they succeed in business, they'll feel worthy. If they get recognition, they'll finally feel enough. But that's an illusion. Every time your worth depends on something or someone outside of you, you give away your power. Focusing on yourself means bringing that power back home. It's understanding that everything you need, peace, purpose, confidence, clarity, it's already inside you. You don't find yourself through others. You discover yourself through growth, through discipline, through introspection, through learning to sit in silence and hear your own voice. When you focus on yourself, you start to notice the noise that used to control you. You begin to see how much of your energy was spent trying to be who others wanted you to be. You realize how much time you wasted comparing your path to someone else's, chasing approval, avoiding judgment. You see the truth that the only opinion that truly shapes your life is the one you hold about yourself. Focusing on yourself doesn't mean you stop caring about others. It means you stop sacrificing your authenticity to keep others comfortable. It's choosing to show up as your full self, even when it challenges people who expect you to stay small. When you begin focusing inward, growth feels uncomfortable at first. You start confronting the patterns you've been avoiding, the habits that drain you, the fears that limit you, the emotions you've suppressed. You start seeing yourself without filters. And that's powerful because awareness is the first step toward transformation. You can't change what you don't confront. Most people avoid this process because it's not easy to look at yourself honestly. But the truth is that discomfort is the price of freedom. Focusing on yourself means allowing growth to stretch you, to challenge you, to refine you into someone stronger, wiser, and more grounded. You begin to develop self-respect when you focus on yourself. You stop accepting the bare minimum from others because you're no longer giving the bare minimum to yourself. You start setting higher standards, not out of arrogance, but out of alignment. You realize you deserve peace, not chaos. You deserve effort, not excuses. You deserve connection, not control. And you teach others how to treat you by how you treat yourself. The energy you carry becomes your boundaries. People can sense when you've done the inner work, when you value yourself deeply. They can no longer manipulate your energy because you've learned to center it. That's what focusing on yourself builds: a calm, powerful presence that can't be shaken easily. You start to understand that focusing on yourself doesn't mean ignoring love or relationships. It means bringing your best self into them. When you're centered, when your cup is full, you give more purely. You no longer love from need, you love from overflow. You no longer chase validation, you share energy. You don't fear losing people because you've learned you can never lose yourself again. Focusing on yourself strengthens your relationships because it removes dependency and replaces it with mutual respect and clarity. It shifts you from clinging to connecting, from pleasing to growing, from surviving to thriving. Growth requires focus, and focus requires stillness. When you spend time alone, you reconnect with your intuition. You hear the voice that gets drowned out by noise. That voice knows what you truly need, what path aligns with your soul, what habits nourish your future. But you can't hear it if you're constantly distracted by the world. Focusing on yourself sometimes means stepping back from the crowd, disconnecting to reconnect, saying no to things that drain you so you can say yes to your evolution. It's not selfish, it's strategy. You're building your foundation, your stability, your strength. Because when life shakes, only those rooted in themselves stay standing. When you start focusing on yourself, your priorities change. You begin investing in your mental, emotional, and spiritual growth. You start caring about your energy more than your image, your peace more than your popularity, your truth more than approval. You realize that success without peace isn't success. You start aligning your actions with your values instead of your fears. You begin to move differently, more intentional, more aware, more powerful. The same situations that used to drain you no longer have control because you're operating from self-awareness, not self-doubt. And yes, some people won't understand your focus. They'll say you've changed. They'll say you've become distant. That's okay. You're not meant to stay the same for people who refuse to grow. You're not meant to shrink so others feel comfortable. Focusing on yourself means accepting that not everyone will walk this path with you. It's understanding that growth sometimes requires distance, silence, and solitude. It's realizing that not everyone is meant to stay, and that's not loss. It's alignment. The right people will never be threatened by your evolution. They'll be inspired by it. The wrong ones will fall away, and that's how you make room for what's meant for you. When you focus on yourself, you stop chasing things that don't belong to you. You stop begging for energy that doesn't match yours. You stop fighting to prove your worth. You understand that what's meant for you will meet you at your level of growth, not at your level of desperation. You become magnetic because your energy is clean, your intentions are clear, and your actions are consistent. That's what focusing on yourself does. It aligns you with your true path. You begin attracting opportunities, relationships, and experiences that resonate with your vibration. You stop forcing life and start flowing with it. Focusing on yourself also means holding yourself accountable. It's not just self-care, it's self-mastery. It's being honest about your flaws and doing the work to grow through them. It's not about perfection, it's about progression. You learn to forgive yourself for who you were and commit to who you're becoming. You realize that every setback, every mistake, every heartbreak was part of your evolution. You stop judging yourself and start learning from yourself. Because growth isn't linear, it's layered. Focusing on yourself means embracing that journey, honoring every stage, and never apologizing for evolving. And through it all, you discover something powerful: peace. The kind of peace that doesn't depend on circumstances or people. The peace that comes from knowing who you are, what you stand for, and what you're building. That peace becomes your armor in chaos. It becomes your compass in uncertainty. It becomes your fuel when the world tests your patience. Focusing on yourself creates that kind of unshakable peace because your validation, your energy, your joy, they're no longer up for negotiation. You've built them from within. And that's what true growth looks like: choosing yourself, not out of ego, but out of love, because you finally understand that when you focus on yourself, everything else begins to align. Your vibration attracts your reality. So raise it daily. Everything in this universe is energy vibrating at different frequencies, and you are no exception. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every word you speak sends out a vibration that calls something back to you. You are like a magnet, constantly attracting experiences, people, and circumstances that match your energetic state. If your vibration is rooted in fear, scarcity, doubt, and negativity, you'll notice that your life mirrors that frequency back to you through chaos, stress, and struggle. But when you shift your vibration, when you align your energy with gratitude, purpose, faith, and strength, life begins to respond differently. The same world, the same opportunities, but an entirely different experience, all because you raised your vibration. Raising your vibration isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about mastering your inner energy so external chaos doesn't control you. Most people live in reaction. They allow what happens outside of them to dictate what happens inside of them. Someone cuts them off in traffic and their energy drops. A conversation doesn't go their way and they spiral into frustration. They let life control their vibration instead of realizing that they have the power to control it themselves. The moment you understand that your internal energy sets the tone for your external reality, you stop reacting and start responding. You begin to protect your vibration like your life depends on it, because it does. Your energy determines your perception, and your perception determines your reality. The quality of your thoughts shapes your vibration. Every thought has a frequency. When you dwell on what's wrong, when you feed self-doubt, when you focus on limitations, you lower that frequency. But when you train your mind to see possibility, to focus on gratitude, to affirm your power, you instantly shift your vibration higher. This is not about ignoring pain or pretending negativity doesn't exist. It's about choosing not to stay there. It's about learning to redirect your energy toward what empowers you instead of what drains you. You can't control everything that happens, but you can always control what energy you give it. That's how you raise your vibration in real time, by catching yourself before you spiral, by turning your focus from what's missing to what's possible. Emotions are energy in motion. They're signals showing you where your vibration currently stands. When you feel joy, peace, or excitement, you're vibrating high. When you feel anger, shame, or fear, your energy is low. But here's the secret. Those lower emotions aren't bad, they're guidance. They're your internal feedback system telling you that something in your thoughts or environment is out of alignment. When you feel off, instead of suppressing it, get curious. Ask yourself, what thought am I believing right now that's lowering my energy? What story am I telling myself that doesn't serve me anymore? Awareness gives you power. The more conscious you become of your energy, the faster you can shift it. Raising your vibration is a daily practice of awareness and recalibration. Your environment plays a massive role in your vibration. The people you surround yourself with either elevate your frequency or drain it. Energy is contagious. You can't expect to vibrate high if you constantly spend time around low vibration people, those who gossip, complain, or live in negativity. Protect your energy fiercely. Spend time with people who inspire, encourage, and challenge you to grow. And when you can't change your environment, strengthen your internal one. Develop practices that lift your spirit regardless of what's around you. Music, prayer, meditation, movement, gratitude, silence. These are all tools to raise your vibration. Create a daily ritual that reminds your energy of who you truly are, not who the world tries to make you be. Your vibration is also affected by how you treat your body. Your physical state influences your energetic state. When you move your body, you move your energy. When you eat food that nourishes you, when you rest deeply, when you spend time in nature, you recharge your vibration. But when you neglect your body, you slow your frequency. Tiredness, poor health, lack of movement, these all lower your energetic power. Energy needs flow, so move daily. Breathe deeply, hydrate. Take care of your body, not out of vanity, but out of reverence, because your body is the vessel through which your vibration travels. Every breath, every heartbeat, every step you take is an exchange of energy with the universe. Gratitude is one of the fastest ways to raise your vibration. You can't feel fear and gratitude at the same time. Gratitude pulls you out of the mindset of lack and shifts you into abundance. It teaches your energy to recognize the good that already exists, which magnetically attracts more of it. Start your day by focusing on 3 things you're grateful for, not just as a list, but as a feeling. Feel the appreciation. Feel the joy. Let it expand within you. That feeling is a vibration, and it's powerful enough to change your entire day. The more you practice gratitude, the more naturally you start to live in a high frequency state where peace and possibility become your normal. Forgiveness also raises your vibration. Holding on to resentment or anger traps your energy in the past. It lowers your frequency because you're reliving pain that no longer serves you. Forgiveness isn't about saying what happened was okay. It's about freeing yourself from the energetic weight of it. When you release the energy tied to old wounds, you make space for something new to flow in. Your vibration rises because you're no longer anchored by bitterness. You reclaim your power. You start to feel lighter, freer, more open to the abundance waiting for you. Forgiveness is not weakness. It's energetic liberation. The words you speak carry vibration. Every word you say has an energetic frequency. When you speak negativity, you reinforce it. When you speak faith, you attract it. Be mindful of your language. Replace "I can't" with "I will." Replace "I'm stuck" with "I'm learning." Replace "this is too hard" with "this is preparing me." Your words create energetic commands for your life. The more you speak with conviction and belief, the more your energy aligns with strength and confidence. Speak life into your future, even when you can't see it yet. Your vibration doesn't respond to your circumstances. It responds to your belief. And above all, remember that raising your vibration isn't a one-time act. It's a lifestyle. It's a daily commitment to choosing energy that aligns with your highest self. Some days will feel heavy, and that's okay. You're human. But even on those days, you have the power to shift. You can move, breathe, meditate, pray, or simply pause and remind yourself who you are. The smallest choices can create the biggest energetic shifts. Every time you choose peace over reaction, gratitude over complaining, growth over comfort, love over fear, you raise your vibration a little higher. And with every raise, your reality begins to transform. You start to attract people who match your new frequency, people who see your light instead of your limits. Opportunities begin to appear because your energy is aligned with readiness. Synchronicities start happening. You begin to notice that things flow smoother, conversations feel lighter, ideas come easier. That's not coincidence, it's vibration. The world around you is simply mirroring the energy within you, and when your vibration rises, your world rises with it. You begin to live in harmony with life instead of resistance to it. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop forcing and start flowing, because your energy no longer fights against what is, it aligns with what can be. And that's when everything begins to change. Master your energy, and you'll master your life. This is not a motivational cliche, it's a universal law. Energy is everything. Your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, they are all forms of energy, constantly influencing the world around you and the reality you experience. Yet most people live their lives as if they are powerless, reacting to circumstances instead of directing their energy intentionally. They allow fear, doubt, and distraction to dictate their actions. They complain about situations outside their control while never pausing to consider the energy they're putting out. But energy responds to energy. What you radiate is what you attract. When you take control of your energy, you take control of your results. Energy mastery begins with awareness. You must become conscious of where your energy goes every day. What are you thinking about? What are you feeling? Who and what are you giving your attention to? These questions are not trivial. They are the foundation of your personal power. Most people are energy blind. They don't notice how small, repeated drains accumulate over time until they feel completely depleted. Complaints, negative self-talk, toxic relationships, overconsumption of news or social media, all of these act as slow leaks on your energetic reservoir. Awareness allows you to identify these leaks, and once identified, you can begin to redirect your energy toward what empowers you instead of what diminishes you. Your emotions are the truest indicators of your energy state. Every emotion carries a vibration, and your dominant emotional state determines the frequency you broadcast to the world. Anger, fear, frustration, guilt, and worry are low-frequency states that keep you trapped in cycles of struggle. Joy, gratitude, love, confidence, and purpose are high-frequency states that open doors and attract aligned experiences. Mastery comes from learning to recognize when your energy dips and having the tools to raise it deliberately. You can't always control the events that happen around you, but you can control the energy you bring to them. The person who masters this will face challenges differently. They will respond with clarity, strength, and purpose rather than reacting impulsively or energetically draining themselves. Physical energy is equally crucial. Your body is the vehicle through which all other energy flows. Neglect your body, and your mind and spirit feel the effect immediately. Poor nutrition, lack of sleep, inactivity, or neglect of self-care all reduce your energy levels and your ability to operate at your highest frequency. Conversely, movement, proper nutrition, deep rest, and connection with nature amplify your energy. Every choice you make about your body directly impacts your energetic state. High performers understand this. They recognize that mental toughness alone is not enough. Their energy must be supported by a strong, vital, and healthy physical state. Energy mastery is holistic. It is mental, emotional, and physical alignment. Your focus is another critical lever in energy mastery. Attention is the conduit through which energy flows. Wherever your focus goes, your energy follows. Many people let their attention scatter, responding to every distraction, craving constant stimulation, jumping from task to task without intention. In doing so, they fragment their energy and reduce their impact. Mastery comes from concentrated focus, deciding what matters most and channeling your energy toward it relentlessly. This is how great accomplishments are achieved. This is how ideas turn into reality. Energy is strongest when it is directed, concentrated, and consistent. Relationships are a massive factor in your energetic state. Every interaction is an exchange of energy, and not all energy is positive. People who complain, manipulate, criticize, or dwell in negativity can drain your energy faster than you realize. Mastering your energy means creating boundaries and curating the company you keep. It doesn't mean avoiding people or becoming detached. It means protecting your energy so that it remains aligned with your growth, purpose, and well-being. It means learning to give without depletion and to receive without guilt. Your energy is sacred, and you must treat it as such. Energy mastery also requires mastering your internal dialogue. The thoughts you entertain and the words you speak internally are the foundation of your energy. Negative self-talk, fear-based thinking, and doubts all carry low-frequency energy, while empowering thoughts, affirmations, and solutions-oriented thinking raise your vibration. You must become vigilant about the stories you tell yourself. Your inner dialogue shapes your emotions, your behaviors, and ultimately the experiences you attract. Mastery comes from intentionally cultivating a mindset that supports your energy rather than undermines it. It is the difference between a life that feels chaotic and one that feels powerful. And aligned visualization and intentionality are powerful tools for energy mastery. When you visualize the life you want with emotion and clarity, you align your energy with that reality. The universe responds to the frequency you broadcast. Energy doesn't lie, it mirrors back what you hold inside. The more vivid and emotionally charged your vision, the stronger your energetic signal, and the more likely you are to attract circumstances, people, and opportunities that align with it. Mastery is about aligning your daily actions with that energy, taking steps that resonate with your vision, and maintaining consistency even when external results are not immediately visible. Spiritual energy plays a critical role as well. Whether you define it as connection to a higher power, universal energy, or the essence of life itself, spiritual alignment amplifies your overall energy. Practices such as meditation, prayer, mindfulness, or simply spending time in nature allow you to connect to a source beyond yourself. This connection replenishes your energy, centers your focus, and provides clarity during turbulent times. People who master their energy recognize the importance of connecting to this higher source. It's the stabilizer, the anchor that ensures your energy doesn't fluctuate uncontrollably in the face of adversity. Consistency is the final component of energy mastery. It is not enough to feel empowered sporadically. Energy mastery is a daily practice. Every choice, every habit, every thought, and every interaction either strengthens or diminishes your energetic state. It is the cumulative effect of small, intentional actions over time that determines your level of mastery. People who consistently invest in their energy through mindfulness, physical care, positive relationships, mental clarity, and spiritual alignment become unstoppable forces. Their lives reflect the power they have cultivated internally because energy, when mastered, manifests externally in results, relationships, opportunities, and abundance. Mastery of energy also empowers resilience. Life will inevitably present challenges, setbacks, and stress. But when you control your energy, you control your response. You can navigate adversity without losing your center, without reacting impulsively, and without allowing external events to dictate your internal state. Energy mastery gives you sovereignty over your life. You stop giving away power to circumstances, to opinions, to fear. Instead, you operate from a place of alignment, intentionality, and high-frequency energy. Your reactions become measured, deliberate, and constructive in every area of life: career, health, relationships, and personal growth. Energy is the ultimate currency. Those who understand this principle outperform those who do not because they are luckier or smarter, but because they manage their energy effectively. They understand that mastery is not about controlling the world, but about controlling themselves. They invest in their mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual energy, and that investment compounds over time. Their presence becomes magnetic, their actions effective, and their results inevitable. Mastering your energy transforms your reality because energy flows into form. Every thought, every feeling, every decision carries an energetic signature. When aligned, these signatures attract experiences and people that resonate at the same frequency. When misaligned, they attract chaos, frustration, and limitation. To master your life, you must first master your energy. That means becoming aware, taking responsibility, making conscious choices, protecting your state, and cultivating high-frequency thoughts, emotions, and actions. It is the ultimate leverage because energy is the invisible force behind every visible result.